What is up? You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Oh yeah. You know what time it is. Let's get it on. Old buddies. Oh, buddies. It's that time for a nice little playoff ride. Fantasy football playoff scooter ride, babies. Woo! Oh, buddies. I got no glasses on either. Can't see anything. Can't see shit. But that's all right. We're going to do it. We're going to do it big. It's go home. Go ride big or go home. It's cold as balls out here. Holy shit. Woo! All right, let's flip it around. We're riding right now. Haha, back on the scooter. Been a while. That's whoa. 49ers are gonna win the Super Bowl, says somebody. It disappeared. I can't do everything. I'm not a magician. Who do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl? I think 49ers, Kansas City. I cannot believe the Ravens lost. That was a crazy freaking game. So insane. This play, I mean, tomorrow the Kansas City has to lose based on what's been going on, man. I love the pack, but I don't know. Let's turn around here. Whoa, shit. This is hard to do. What I'm doing is I'm holding, let me show you what I'm doing. I've got to have my hand on the brake. That's priority number one, because I've learned that I almost biffed it big time. Oh, can I turn on a light? Sweet. Then what I'm doing is I'm holding the phone in my hand like this, and I'm pushing the gas with my thumb while I'm holding the phone. It's harder than it looks. The only fantasy football show that does live Q&A on a scooter on a Saturday night. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I wonder if this is legal. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man down. Man down. Okay. Okay, that almost happened. You need a dash cam. I do. I need a head. Yeah. I'm ordering at Amazon tonight. I'm ordering it. I'm ordering a head harness. Let's get it on. All right, hit me with it. Fantasy questions. My son over Lamar. No says Dad. Can you talk about breakouts of rookies tonight? Absolutely. I don't know how long I'm going to ride this thing. Let's see if we can get in trouble, though. Where's the curb? I'll definitely talk rookies. I think we're going to get in trouble riding on here. I think I'm showing some butt crack there. All right. All right, let's go this way. There's a bar over this way. We can do some Q&A. But I know that the security guards don't like me riding through here. I think they know me by now. Jimmy G or Tannehill? Tannehill at this point, bro. Good Lord. I love Tannehill for 2020. I mean, there's a point where he had 2 touchdowns and only 88 yards. But still efficient, still working that shit. I love Tannehill. Why do you hate me, Smitty? Nick, I don't, bro. I'm riding a scooter. You think I can answer and read every question? I'm riding a scooter, bro. I'm riding a scooter and I'm doing it live. Smitty, I missed you and you're awesome. Thank you. So, Clan, where you been? Mahomes? I like how one game everybody's ready to ride off Lamar. Let's see if we can find some people to interview. Let me turn my light off on my scooter. Let's see if we can find some jerseys or something. These guys look like they play fantasy football. You guys play fantasy football? No? No? Okay. We're trying to find some fantasy football fans here. Let's go this way. It's funny, you see somebody decked out in like jerseys and like baseball stuff and you think maybe they play fantasy. This is typically where the security guards are. Let's ask these dudes. Hard left, hard left. Sorry. You guys play fantasy football?
Yeah.
You ever heard of the Fantasy Football Show? I'm on YouTube. I'm live right now, and I'm asking fantasy random. I ride a scooter live, do Q&A while I'm riding. Only fantasy show in the business. You mind if I show you guys on camera?
Sure. That's right.
Okay. What are your names?
Bo.
Nick.
Brad.
Okay. Subscribe. The Fantasy Football Show. You can go to thefantasyfootballshow.com.
Okay.
I'm Smitty. You guys ever listen to the Red Zone on 1580 AM, The Fanatic?
No.
Fantasy Football Show. It's the longest running fantasy football radio show. I'm on that on CBS Sports every Wednesday during the season, but you can find me on YouTube all the time. Usually I have like between 100 and 800 people in my lives. Right now the game just ended, but we'll have between 25 to 100 in it right now. But did you guys watch the game?
No. I was watching. I got the updates, and we watched like the first half.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Lamar in 2020? Where are you ranking Lamar? Are any of you taking him as high as like the second round, or are you no QB early guys?
I'm a no QB early guy.
No QB early.
Okay. Yeah. Where would you take Lamar if you had to? Third, fourth, or literally you're waiting for like?
I'd probably wait. I'd probably go for more like a running back, wide receiver.
Derrick Henry, where are you taking him in 2020? First overall?
No.
Okay.
Top 5.
Top 5. Okay. No, I mean, did you see tonight he had 180 something yards? I mean,
Again?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, the argument's there for third overall pick, second overall pick. I mean, it could go McCaffrey, Henry now.
Yeah.
Because people have really quick reactions to that, and rightly so. Henry, where are you taking Henry?
I'd probably go first round, second round. I take it first.
Okay. If you guys have something I can give you. Hold on, I don't want YouTube to hear the. They're going to try and get I want to give you guys free access to my other site, sleeperu.com. It's fantasy football content.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys want to write down this, or send me an email right now.
Okay.
That way.
I'll write it down.
And tell me what your email, the first part of it is. Hold on. Just so I know it's you. Because what's happened in the past is everybody on the line will try and get that.
Yeah, sure.
But sleeperu.com is it's all bold rankings, bold predictions, stuff like that. So I'd be happy to give all three of you guys for coming on the show memberships. You guys got any questions for him? Debo, Samuel, or AJ Brown? What are you guys thinking for 20?
Probably Debo.
Okay.
AJ.
I love AJ. I think AJ could be top
AJ.
5 to 7, but don't draft him there.
Yeah.
Draft him outside the top 10, but he could be that guy. Smitty at sleeperu.com. SLEEPER, the letter U.com. And I can just send a code for all three to one of you, but you guys can both email. It's fine.
Cool. Okay.
Let me see what your email looks like so I can look for it.
Oh yeah, I'll show you.
Or tell me what you're putting in there. Actually, you just sent it.
Who are your Super Bowl predictions? Because mine before tonight was Baltimore, Seattle.
Before tonight, it was Baltimore and the 49ers, and now I want to say KC, but we all have been talking about that, how whatever we're thinking is going to happen is not going to happen. But, I mean, Tennessee, they look great.
Yeah.
But I think KC will probably face the 49ers, and I think the 49ers have a damn good shot at winning it. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
for
Thank
going
you.
on. And let me see. Did you?
Your email?
Yeah, just so I know what.
Oh my, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
write it down here for you.
You can ask Scott about that in the pregame interview tomorrow.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Cool.
Free memberships for you guys. All right, back to my live. And if you want to watch right now, youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. And you'll see me riding around. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's go. Those are some good peeps right there. That was a good interview. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 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 Okay. Kittle or Kelsey? In 2020, I'm going Kittle, but I wouldn't object to Kelsey for one more year, so we're talking redraft. What's up, Nick? Why do you hate me? Nick, I'm riding a scooter, doing interviews, and trying not to crash. I don't know what you're sending me or why I'm not seeing it, Nick, but clearly I'm busy. Let me pull over by the trash can, Nick, and answer you so that you can stop. Henry over Zeke, interesting because, I don't know, I'm jumping into somebody else's convo here. Deep sleep on the Packers. Hey, Smitty, what's up, Chuck? Trade 3 first-round picks for Singletary, Terry McLaurin, and McCaffrey. 3 first-round picks. Is any of those picks going to be a 1.01? If they're going to be a 1.01, then it makes it more of a conversation. But if it's not, then McCaffrey by a mile. First-round picks mean nothing to me unless they're a top 1.01 or 1.02 in a rookie draft. Nick said, all I said was you're my favorite, and I hope you're having a good night out. So then why do I hate you, Nick? How do you rank Singletary for next year? I think Singletary is going to be a tough guy to rank. I like him. I think, is this a dead end here? I like him, but I think that he has the potential to disappoint, so the ADP's got to be good. You got to invest good value in him. You don't want to take him too high. Looks like a fun night out. Yeah, boy. This is the year, Casey. Don't mess this up. Yeah, Casey has a good shot now. They have a nice path. Although, is Tennessee really a nice path? Maybe not. You know, I think at this point we got to give them respect and say that, you know what, they could be in the Super Bowl with the 49ers. I mean, the Packers could be in there too, but I think it's going to be the 49ers. Green Bay versus KC, that would be interesting. Should you trade Lamar? You own Lamar, Ingram, and Hollywood. What? Should I trade for Lamar? You own Ingram and Hollywood. Oh, just in general. JP's wondering. I don't object to, I don't get rid of one of those because you own 3 of them. You make the right deal. Make the right deal. BN Dried Ocean. What's more disappointing, New Orleans or Baltimore? Baltimore, I think, for me, because I had them winning it all. So what the hell do I know? I'm just a guy riding a scooter. Maybe I'm not even a fantasy analyst anymore. I'm just a scooter riding fool who chooses the Baltimore Ravens. The only live streaming scooter Q&A fantasy football analyst in the business, though, I might add. Wow. I better put my hand on the brake. Computer, what's up? Wow, what a shocker. I wish he was more clutch. Who? Lamar 0-2 in the playoffs. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't see the 49ers losing either. Don't wreck Smitty. Look, I'm not worried about myself right now. I'm worried about the show. If I crash, it's better for the show. I'm all about the show. I probably will park it and do a Q&A with you guys because I think it's hard to do a Q&A with me on this thing. Go Niners. If you crash, you might get more views. That's what I just said. Yeah, hell yeah. All right. Where the hell am I? Across the street. Derrick Henry has more TD passes in the playoffs than Wentz. Yes. Titans have played 2 teams. Don't really have the best receiving cores. I don't know, man. I'm not going to take anything away from the Titans, really, to be honest with you. KC versus San Francisco, says Computer Bob. Ravens defense played horrible tonight. Thumbs up, people, says JC. What's up, bro? How's your day been? Smitty, you're my favorite. Thank you again, Nick. I managed to get every pick wrong so far in the playoffs, says Ocean. Ocean, you're not that alone, bro. There's not very many people that had New Orleans losing, that had Tennessee winning against the Ravens, and most people had both of those things. So, like, dude, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. There's no crosswalk here, but I'm doing it, and I'm doing it live. I'm gonna go to my usual spot that I go to over here, do a little bit of live streaming with you fools. I'm like weaving in and out of traffic. Woo! We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay. I put up the arm signal because I was in the middle of the street. All right, we're gonna park this son of a bitch right here. I'm gonna end my ride. I might get back on it in a little bit. I feel like an old lady. I feel like an old lady with a little scooter. Okay. I gotta end the ride. Wait right there. All right, let's talk fantasy football. What did you guys want to talk about? Was it rookies? Was it what? 2 to 4 what? I don't even know what that means. Titans started 1-6 and now look at them. Ryan says, you never know. Titans might go all the way. They could. I'm not putting anything past them, Computer Bob. Not anymore. Rooting for the Titans to win it all, says Aaron Mohammed. Brissett's dad, I might adopt Tannehill. You should. You know, Brissett's dad, I would love it if you were Tannehill's dad. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I think I'd prefer that. All right, so let's talk about a couple things. One thing I want to talk about today, because everybody's been kind of talking about this with me all week on different random posts, and it's come together to where I'm like, dude, I need to like make this a topic and a talking point. The whole making a trade, or hold on, let's talk about flow of draft. A lot of people, Dolphins fans, got to be hurt. I'll change it just for you, Smitty. 1 second, thank you. When you're in a draft, don't go in with a set mindset. I've got a lot of people telling me, hey, Smitty, this is probably the most asked question I've got this week, which is weird. Smitty, should I take a running back in the first round and a wide receiver in the second? My answer to that, whenever I get an email, and I have an Ask Smitty feature on sleeperu.com, and people email me constantly, should I go into my draft and go running back, wide receiver? My answer is always, I don't know. I'll never know. I'm never going to tell you to go into your draft and take a set player at a set position, let alone a set player, because your flow of draft matters. If you go into your draft and you go running back, wide receiver, no matter what, you're going to pass up on observing the flow of draft. What positions are going thinner quicker? Did somebody take Lamar and bump somebody down, and now the whole draft's kind of jacked up? You have to go based on flow of draft. And so my answer is always, I don't go into any draft unless it's an auction draft with a real big set strategy. I'll have my suspicions as to what could happen. I might tell you I'm very into going running back this year, or running back, wide receiver, more so than the others. But God's honest truth is, I play in so many leagues that I try out every approach. So I'm probably not even the best example of somebody that can take 2 or 3 approaches and go into a year and say, hey, I like this, I'm going to do this. I do everything because I can, because I'm doing a ton of leagues. I draft from pretty much every spot because I did 14 leagues this year for my brand, not my personal shit. 14 leagues for my brand. And I'll tell you what, I got screwed. I screwed myself over in a bunch of them because I did too many. And there were things like, I go live like 2 hours doing a Q&A Saturday night. I go live in the morning up until kickoff. I don't have time when I'm breaking a Will Fuller won't play news. And then I've got fucking 5 teams that might have Will Fuller in the lineup. I don't even remember my lineups. So I started like Will Fuller that one week he was out in like 2 or 3 leagues. I'm cutting my leagues down. I've got to cut my leagues down. There's no way. I have to go through them on Thursday night before the Thursday night game. I don't remember what teams have what. I have to go through them again on Saturday night. And then when injuries and shit happen, I don't even know what team that player could be on all my 14 team leagues. Jeremy with the super chat. Jeremy, You, my friend, currently own the pimp spot, the battle of the pimps. You have the high super chat of the night. You're going to get a seat if no one outbids you. I might have to preface next time I go on, I might not have any spots left going into my next live. I think we're down to like 3. I think I have 3 spots left in the battle of the pimps. So I can't even give them away probably after this show. So, but I might do other things for the high super chat. But literally, we're down to freaking 3 spots. So, and if anybody's going, damn, I want in, you've had every opportunity in the world to get into this league, because I've had 2 contests on my Instagram stories go unsubmitted. And those spots were waiting for anybody to take them. There were video challenges, like go and hold a sign up at a street corner, or go inside a Target and hold up a sign, or stand outside of a Target, go to a high traffic, like where, you know, football playing people would be, fantasy football playing people, and hold a sign up. Nobody did it on 2 of those. Everybody likes to submit for the other contest, but nobody submitted for that particular one. So guess what? It was, the ball was in your guys' court. It's weird that nobody entered that. But then everybody would enter the other ones that were not putting yourself on camera. I know people are shy, I get it, but not one good entry for holding a sign up in a very busy area. And I don't know that I have a seat to even give that person. That contest expired, but I don't even have a seat available in that league. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a league called the Battle of the Pimps. 96 teams are in this draft. 96 teams. 8 copies of every player are in the player pool. 1 division of 96 mother effers in 1 division. You go to the league homepage, it's not multiple divisions. It's not multiple sites that I'm piecing together the standings and emailing people. 1 freaking league page with all of the standings having 96 mother effers in the standings. Total points race, no playoffs. 3 bench spots, which is confusing to even me, which is why I love it, because I don't even have a strategy for this. You're gonna have to cut some damn good people. The player pool, the free agent pool will be very deep. No trading, because it could get crazy, 96 teams. Rolling draft, a waiver wire. I was gonna do no waiver wire order and just have it free for all the time. There will be a rolling where if you don't use it, you don't lose it, and you can keep getting bumped up as people use it. And you could go from like number 4 to number 1 and hold number 1 all year, and then use it in week 10 if you want. No commissioning will be needed. If you get auto picked 2 times in a row, you go on auto draft. Sorry, I'm not changing it. Pre-rank or pre-draft your selections before you go to bed. There's a 4-hour, I think it's gonna be a 3-hour timer to make your pick. The timer will be off from midnight Eastern until like 6 a.m. Eastern to allow people a reasonable amount of time to sleep, but you can pre-draft, so there's never an excuse. You go to bed and you're maybe 4 or 5 picks away, pre-draft. Good to know. Yeah, okay. Now, let's talk back about draft strategy. You go into your draft and you say to yourself, I'm going to take Lamar. Let's say you're set on taking Lamar in one of your leagues, and I'm okay with that. You play 4 or 5 leagues. If you're like, I'm going to try and tackle grabbing Lamar, you're not going to, based on the flow, you might change directions, and that's fine. But in general, your thinking is, okay, I'm not going to set on anything, but I want Lamar in a league. I get that. So you take Lamar in the 2nd round. That approach, if we want to talk general approaches, would be good in an approach where you're landing a Kenyon Drake and who were we talking about last night that would be a good example of this? Kenyon Drake and Eckler. So if you draft Austin Eckler and Kenyon Drake and Lamar, that's setting yourself up to potentially having still one of, so if you take Lamar in the 2nd round, you take Drake at like the top of the 3rd round, that allows you to go like Mike Thomas or Devonta Adams in the 1st round, and then hopefully you get Drake in that next round. So if you were to take a Lamar early approach, you would want to beef up on those sleeper running backs, or you could go with sleeper wide receivers like Chark and those guys. But I think that the best approach is to get those home run hitting running backs that can play, that they're falling. They're the most risky, of the guys left that feel like they're top 5 to 10 worthy. Lamar's a low-end running back 1. He is. There's a lot of debate right now between analysts right now until ADP data comes out as to where Lamar's ADP is going to be. This did not help him. This will be good for people that want to draft Lamar in 2020. The fact that he looked bad, they lost the playoffs, you already have people talking about Mahomes now maybe being their number 1 off of this game, making people upset that Lamar dropped the ball. This is a great thing for Lamar's value dropping into the second round now. Had Lamar blown up like Henry's been blowing up into the Super Bowl, even if he lost, but he played well all games leading up, Lamar Jackson would be a end of this first round type pick. Now he's probably going to fall into the second. People have that much of a knee-jerk reaction in fantasy football. It's cold out. My mouth has started to not work. My lips feel frozen. It's only like 40 degrees here in Arizona, but it's cold, especially when you're riding a scooter. I can't even feel my face. Silver with the 21. Oh, Silver drops 21 and steps on it. Smitty knows what's up. Thank you, David. Who would you rather have, Kyler or Allen? Kyler. Kyler is going to be, in my opinion, the Lamar of 2020. Maybe not as good, maybe not as impactful as Mahomes and Lamar. And by default, he will fall. By default, he will fall into a range where people see him coming, but they're not going to be able to rank him high enough to, respect the value that he probably has. Kind of like Mahomes. Mahomes is my number 1 breakout. Those of you on sleeperu.com know Mahomes was my number 1 bold prediction for 2018. And I said he'd be a top 5 QB in 2018, and he was freaking lights out. Better than even my prediction. He was number 1. And he had a season that is hard to imagine anybody replicating. He's that good. But you found him late. And when I talked about drafting him as your starting QB, he was so late, even though people knew he could potentially be coming. By default, they couldn't rank him higher than a certain number of QBs. And you could walk into a situation where you draft Mahomes, and just in case I'm wrong, I said pick a QB that appears to have similar value so that you have at least 2 QBs, like a Ben Roethlisberger type or whatever, that you can rotate if Mahomes struggles to do well. Kind of like Baker did. Baker looked like he could have had that breakout year. He didn't. If you back Baker up with a similar looking option, you were okay. You can't just bank on a guy like Baker, bank on these guys that haven't proven it yet. If you go into 2020 without anybody but Kyler Murray, it's risky. If you go with a QB that has that top 5 upside, but ability to fall, all the way and disappoint, you have to have a good QB to back him up. If you go Lamar, you go Mahomes this year. So we're talking about 2018. If you go Lamar or Mahomes this year, you can wait on your QB because you got a monster. But if you go Kyler, who I think could be top 5 this year, make sure you draft a damn good backup just in case you don't put everything on the line. I don't know about Newton. We'll see what's going on with Newton. Tannehill's dad, I love it. Sent Brissett's to the orphanage. I love it. Tannehill's dad. Baker was depressing. Baker, disappointment maker. Derrick Henry is a beast. Derrick Henry was a top 5 pick heading into tonight. Is Derrick Henry now everybody's number 2? And it would be understandable if he was everybody's number 2 overall player in 2020. I would understand it. I would get it. I'm taking Barkley, no question about it. McCaffrey's easily my number 1, no question about it. But now Henry's looking like he's worthy of the number 3 pick, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. My only thing I'm going to say to people, and I don't want people to take this out of context because people do all this freaking time. In the comments, they'll be like, Smitty, I can't believe you said to avoid Derrick Henry in 2020. I'm not. But the dude is a monster. I don't think God made that man and said, Henry, you're going to carry the ball 20 plus times at your giant mammoth size, and that's what you're going to do for a living. The dude looks like a linebacker, and I don't know how you can run the ball 20 plus times a game at his size and play 3 or 4 straight years at that usage. I don't know. Could he do it one more year, 16 games straight? He could, for sure. That's why he's in my top 5. If I was calling him a bust, for all the people going to take this out of context, I wouldn't put him in my freaking top 5. I clearly love the guy. He's top 5 to me. But I worry a little bit because when he hits the ground, it's a little different. People are trying to take him out at the knees because who's going to try and tackle that man at the shoulders or the waist? So he is a candidate, not a lock for me to trade. I would not trade him midseason if I wasn't getting top freaking dollar, but he is a candidate to trade high, nearing double-digit weeks in 2020 before he plays a full 2 years straight at that workload at that size. That's my only recommendation and words of caution to anybody wanting to take Henry in the top 4 overall next year. Take him. He's worth it. But consider what you can get for him come week 10, double-digit week time, because that mother effer's taking some hits, man. Yeah, it's all about just being cautious and reactive, adjusting and adapting, and Henry looks amazing, but I have just a little bit of caution about expecting him to play, especially in Dynasty. I mean, dude, I sell him today in Dynasty for the world, and you probably get it. You know, that's just me. That's how I operate my Dynasty. I take a stock. You had a stock right here. It's a damn good stock in Henry, and now it has to be at his all-time high. I'm not saying it can't stay at that all-time high for a whole nother year and a half. It could. You could be running the risk of selling early while there's still a lot of time to be on top. But as a GM and how my mind works, JP, ETN, that's what I'm thinking. I go after the 1.1 and a big name wide receiver for the guy drooling over the chance of having Derrick Henry. And what's great about that is if you say to somebody, throw out a wide receiver, give me a combo, guys. ETN, so the 1.01 and what rookie, or no, not rookie. ETN, the 1.01 pick, let's say whether you think it's Dobbins, whatever, let's call it the 1.01. The 1.01 rookie pick and what wide receiver do you think would tempt the Derrick Henry owner or tempt the person trying to acquire Derrick Henry? Toss out a wide receiver. I don't think Mike Thomas, you can't get Mike Thomas in the 1.1 for Derrick Henry, I don't think. But toss out another wide receiver. What wide receiver with the 1.1 would A.J. Brown's a good example, I guess. I think you could maybe even get more. But if you say to somebody that has the 1.1 and Drake, or the 1.1 and Eckler, Lamar and the 1.01, Mahomes and the 1.01, Mahomes and Eckler, Mahomes and AJ Brown. Those are the kind of things I'm thinking of doing now in Dynasty with Derrick Henry's sky-high value, even though I love him, even though he has top 5 running back appeal every time he steps on a football field. That's my take, and I'm standing by it. It doesn't mean I don't like Derrick Henry. Silver with the high super chat of the night. ETN and Juju. I like Juju, Tannehill's dad. I like Juju a lot for the right price. He is dog crap in 2019. He was dog crap. There's a chance that he doesn't ever rebound. And there's a chance that the Pittsburgh Steelers don't put him in a good position. He needs a QB. Will Big Ben lose about 150 pounds and get back on the field? Will Big Ben even return? Will he even be good anymore? Will they have a good backup in place in case Big Ben gets hurt again? I don't know. But Juju has appeal for 2020 at the right price. And in redraft leagues, if we don't see like a breakout preseason performance or a bunch of good talk on Juju, I would be shocked if he climbed into everybody's like radar for bounce back. I think people are so tired of, the Juju talk and the disappointment. CeeDee Lamb is a beast. Judy is an even bigger beast. And I think Gandy Golden is going to be freaking amazing. So those are 3 good wide receivers. Gandy, CeeDee Lamb, and obviously Judy. Judy is going to be potentially the next different kind of version of Randy Moss. He could be that good. I love Judy. Kyler, go get Kyler in your Dynasty league. Go get Eckler in redraft or Dynasty, but I think Eckler's value is going to go from probably, if we had a draft ADP data right now, we would probably see Eckler at 3.01, 2.12. The moment that people feel this is real, Melvin Gordon is gone. Just like when AB left, Juju's value took a 5 to 7 round, even 10 round in some case, uptick. Even though we all knew that Antonio Brown was going to be gone, people needed to see it happen, and they wanted to see the depth chart that Juju was the only guy there. Smitty, look at my last chat, Tannehill's dad. Big Ben looks like a snow shovel salesman. He does. Big Ben looks like Santa Claus. Do you think that today's NFL is eventually going to switch from running back being more important to wide receiver being most important? It already is, man. I mean, look at what running backs command in free agency versus a wide receiver that isn't as capable. So I think it's already there. So I don't know what you mean. The running backs fall super far in the NFL draft now. That also tells you that teams are not viewing them as valuable. But everything is a cycle. That's what I said back when everybody said the running back's dead. Everything is a cycle. The running backs will die again, and then they will come back. Everybody said the workhorse running back's gone. Then McCaffrey came. Then Elliott came. There was a string of years, if for those that played back before McCaffrey and Elliott, I played back in Emmitt Smith and the Jim Kelly days. So I've seen the cycle all around. That's why I feel like I have a little bit of advantage over the historical trends that you can feel. The gut instincts that I have come from a lot of different cycles that I've been through in fantasy football. And when everybody said the running back was dead, I knew that Zeke Elliott was going to be the next big guy. So that was the year that I said, guess what? The running back's going to return. It's not going to be where there's no the top 5 won't be running backs anymore. The top 5s were about to, Jeremy with the 30, Jeremy with the 30, taking a lap. Jeremy with the 30. I'd take my laps. I said back then, before Zeke Elliott, entering Zeke Elliott's rookie year, for those that remember it, that's my lap for my Monty call. But entering Zeke Elliott's rookie year, that was the year people were like, the running back's dead. Guess what? It's back. Name the top 5 picks in 2020. McCaffrey, workhorse. Barkley, workhorse. Elliott, Cook, Henry, workhorse. Workhorse, workhorse, workhorse. Then you throw in Kamara. Throw in Aaron. I mean, it's all running back. First round is littered with running backs. Is that water too loud? So, Fournette, that lap might have been worth more than a pimp spot. Thank you, buddy. Let's walk around a little bit. So, I traded 3 firsts for Zeke in my Dynasty League. I love it. Assuming that they aren't the 1.1, I love it. If it's the 1.1, then there's a chance that that's that was a wind sprint, then a lap, but who's counting? you with some questions. I'm getting ready for a boxing match. But you don't take a wide receiver in the top 5 anymore, do you? No, you don't. So the running back is back. I'm getting ready to fight and box in my celebrity boxing match. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you know this. What's up, Air Muhammad? I'm here to entertain. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to be a role model. I'm not here for any of that. I'm here to entertain. I'm Silver. It's what I'm trying to work out. That's why I work out. Everywhere I go, I work out. Everywhere I go, I pick up shit and I just start lifting because I'm getting ready for my celebrity boxing match. All right, let's keep going. Silver, you gotta, even if you don't post, get on Instagram. Silver, if you don't shart your pants watching my Instagram stories, the stories are, you go to my feed and it shows all my posts. When you go to my stories, you click on my little icon, my face, and it'll play through a bunch of short clips that tell like a story. If you don't shart your pants, I'll give you your like back. Whatever like you've given me on Instagram, I'll give it back if you don't shart your pants. Yeah, JP knows my stories are fire. All my stories I make, I go at people, I toy around with people. I post all kinds of funny clips. It's a different like personality and get across the street here. It's a different like version of the show. It's like a quick hit. It's like this. When I'm in my studio and I'm doing YouTube, that is what you get on YouTube. In my studio talking, sometimes we're not super professional, but more of a professional feel. What you're seeing right now with the scooter and all that, that's Instagram. My Instagram is all humor with a bunch of good fantasy football content. I don't just do humor, but you love it. Get on over there. Same handle at the Fantasy Football Show. Go download it, computer. Computer, I promise you, you're going to love the content on Instagram. Make sure you click on my stories, though. You got to click on my face. It's got like a little color outline whenever there's stories waiting, and I have like 20 to 30. Click on them, and it goes through 15-second clips of a story that I'm telling at that moment. And soon YouTube, I'll have that on YouTube. When you hit 10,000 subscribers, it has YouTube stories. So you guys are gonna get that on YouTube. I'm gonna do stories all the time on YouTube. Very responsive. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Oh, look who I found. What are you doing here? Right where I left you. Smitty, I know we're joking. You having a stroke last stream, but tonight is proving that it was real. Do people that have strokes go out and lift and curl the benches and tables around them? I don't think so, bro. Have you ever seen the real Smitty? Smitty on one, you can tell he doesn't have 15 leagues draining him emotionally. Smitty gonna get destructive property charges out here. I know, dude, I was very careful setting that table down after I curled it. It was kind of a heavy table. I'll be honest, when I picked it up, I was like, this shit's kind of heavy. I gotta push through it for the show. You assaulted the table, didn't even ask it for consent. That's okay. I own that table. That table is mine. Getting ready for a celebrity boxing match, man. I gotta run. I gotta lift everywhere I go. I have picks 1.1, 1.3, 1.5, 1.9. Who should I draft in my rookie dynasty? Preston, this is exactly what we talked about before you got on. I don't know. And the reason, Preston, is because flow of draft. I will tell you, my guess is that you're going to be looking at Etienne or Dobbins at 1.01, depending on who lands in the better situation. You may get both of them, which would be lit, dude. But you might be faced with the dilemma of taking Judy in one of them. But don't trade out of that. You are sitting on gold. You're sitting on an opportunity that a lot of people want. Even when you have like McCaffrey and Mike Thomas, let's say, on the same team, and you're doing pretty well. Maybe you had an injured year or something. I don't know. The dream scenario for somebody that lost but has good talent is to rebuild through those rookies. Go getting the 1.01 and 1.02 in the same draft. I love to build a team like that from the ground up with talent that could be top 5 to 10. This rookie class is really good. Etienne or Dobbins or Swift. Could be another running back. It could be Taylor. It could be... There's a lot of good running backs in this class that, if in the right spot, could be the 1.01. Judy's the number one. I like CD Lamb. I like Gandy. But I think that 1.1 and 1.3 will land you your choice of whoever you want, and then you're going to get the extra Judy, or you'll get Dobbins, and that's freaking lit. The rest of it, I don't know. I don't know who's going at 1.7, dude. I don't know who's going at 1.9. I get that question a lot. I'm not going at you. You're the man, Brofist. But I'm just saying that I have no clue. I get that email probably once a week minimum. Smitty, who do I take in my rookie draft? I get that other question all the time. Who do I draft in the first and second round? Do I go running back or wide receiver? I get that daily. But I get, Smitty, who should I take in my rookie draft at least once or twice a week? And I don't know at 1.11. I don't know at 1.09. I honestly don't know now. But I won't even know then because I won't know the flow of draft. I can't tell you who's going to be there. That's so far. Jefferson, I like him too. Swift, Taylor, Dobbins, Judy, Lamb. Don't forget Etienne though, Jake. Etienne in Kansas City would be lit. What's up, Tannehill's dad, with another question? Or no, he's talking to Computer Bob. I can't wait till we get more people back in here. I like the intimacy of the 30 to 50 to 100 people, but dude, in like September, we were at 800 a pop. 800 people in a live. We were so off the hook. Holding on to Henderson in my Dynasty as well, JP. I'm not super confident that they know what the hell they're doing, but I'm definitely not getting rid of them. Etienne 1 through 6. Etienne in Kansas City would be off the hook. Etienne in Arizona. And I talked about this on my last live, and I think it's a great topic. I got to try and remember it all off the top of my head. But we had Tampa Bay, we had Arizona, we had Miami, we had Houston, we had Kansas City as all of the top available spots for running backs to go and land. We have Tennessee with Henry, but they'll probably retain him. Henry's in a good spot. He's finally getting used. I doubt he wants to go elsewhere. Money could talk, but Tennessee would be crazy to let him go, and he just upped his value a massive amount. Henry probably stays. Drake, Arizona needs a running back, but they have Drake. They probably will retain Drake, but they may not. The reason I think Drake is not going to get signed elsewhere is because Henry's going to command a shitload of money. Melvin Gordon's going to command a shitload of money. Then you have literally 5 teams left that need a running back in the NFL to the degree that they pay a free agent running back top dollar. I think Drake gets screwed because there's 4 or 5 teams that need a running back that would pay top dollar, and they're looking at cheap rookies in a very deep class, and they're like, let's just get a rookie, and then we don't have to pay him big bucks for a while. That's why I think Drake is going to land in Arizona again. Arizona may not sign him to a medium to large size deal, and Drake could then walk and not find what he wants, and Arizona could already be, hey, we're on a course to take a rookie. And if they take Etienne goes crazy in 2020 in an Arizona Cardinals uniform. But I hope it's Drake. I think it'll be Drake. I think Gordon either goes to Kansas City, Miami, or Tampa. He could go somewhere else. Could the New England Patriots get crazy? They always do. I hope they trade N'Keal Harry, by the way, while we're on the topic, because I'm not feeling like they appreciate the guy. He did look good at the end of the year. I am excited about N'Keal Harry. No, all you N'Keal Harry haters out there, I'm not down on him. He got hurt. He looked fantastic at the end of the year. N'Keal Harry still, to me, has top 5 to 10 wide receiver appeal for the future. He just had a stunted growth. I don't think he matured as quickly as we wanted because he got hurt. But, I mean, it was like at the end, he looked really good. I hope he got enough experience to walk out of his rookie year with that rookie season under his belt. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He might need some time in 2020, but it also depends on how they use him. If they don't put him in the lineup, then N'Keal Harry's going to sit and rot on the bench, and he's a wasted top 5 to 10 wide receiver, top 10 NFL wide receiver. I love Harry. I love N'Keal Harry. Drake and Kyler, watch out, world. Sand, glad to have you. And Sand, I couldn't agree more. Go get some Kyler Murray action. Go get some Drake action. Go get some Christian Kirk action. Go get your Arizona Cardinals. I'm in Arizona, baby. Look at that. He's still here. I'm in Arizona. And I'm always down on the Cardinals. Not anymore, sons of bitches. AZ's back on top, baby. Woo! Maybe it's lap time. Cardinals need a wide receiver bad. What are you talking about? Computer Bob, Christian Kirk, Isabella. But I think they do take a wide receiver. And I think they could go after CeeDee Lamb. I think that's been a lot of people have been talking about that. I don't think Judy will fall to him, obviously. CeeDee Lamb could fall. Gandy could fall there. There are a lot of players that could land. CeeDee Lamb in Arizona would be crazy. But don't sleep on Isabella and Kirk. But they do need a big guy. I agree, computer. We need to change. We changed Brissett's dad. Are you keeping it Tannehill's dad, or are you really like committed to Brissett? Or are you like really more of like a theme you had going for 2020? You could change it every year or something. I like Tannehill's dad better, to be honest. But Computer Bob, maybe can we get Computer Bob changed over to iPad Bob? Going to be interesting to see where Gordon goes. Yeah, I think it's Miami, KC, or Tampa. It would be the leading candidates if I had to guess. But, dude, anything can happen. Money talks. People do weird things. Players want to go in a weird place. The weirdest thing to me, I don't know if you guys know who Terry Fair was. Really cool guy. He was a defensive back for the Detroit Lions. Played a couple other places. But Terry Fair, I had a rehab on my ACL with Terry Fair next to him. Him and I both had the same. I went to a sports medicine place. I was doing sports back then. I was very active, very into athletic stuff. And so I went to like the sports medicine place to rehab my knee because I thought I was I'm going to be an athlete again. So then I got old. But I was sitting next to Terry Fair, defensive back for the Detroit Lions, and I leaned over to him, and we talked every time we'd have physical therapy, and I'd lean over to him and I said, Terry, who's the best running back in the league in 2020? Because I wanted to know his thoughts. He played in the NFL. He covered players. He tackled players. The dude listed 1 or 2 players that were barely starters as the best running backs in the NFL. These players don't know. They're too close to the situation. They can't step back and see the big picture. And sometimes these running backs, they want to go to a shitty environment. Like Antonio Brown, thinking that Oakland would have been great for him, and he got there and he's like, Derek Carr fucking sucks. Derek Carr doesn't totally suck, but these players don't know. They don't see it. They're too close to it. We're like from afar, and that's why I think even NFL GMs and scouts, they need a fantasy guy on their roster. They need, like Moneyball. Moneyball was crazy when it happened for baseball. The same thing I think and predict will happen for the NFL teams. They will bring fantasy football minds in because we scout differently. We look at talent alone and oftentimes don't look at the things that they look at. We're looking at performance and what we've seen in the clutch situations in the film that we have. We don't see the practices that they do that cloud the judgment of like the talent or something like that. It's weird as shit. That's why the director, James Cameron, is brought in to do like big scientific discovery type things because of his innovative mind and entrepreneurial spirit and knowledge and everything. They bring Cameron into all these big freaking discovery things in real world life. I think fantasy analysts have been shit on for years. I've been doing this longer than anybody. I've been doing it as long as Matthew Berry. I've been doing it longer than the Ballers. I've been on CBS Sports Radio for 16 straight years. That's longer than anybody. It's the longest, aside from the host. The host is Russ Bliss, and he's been on 23 years, the longest fantasy football radio show in the world. And I feel like I've witnessed, as a dinosaur in this business, fantasy football worlds be completely shunned. The NFL wouldn't even look at us. PayPal wouldn't even let you take a payment for a fantasy football membership. If they caught you, they would ban you from PayPal. PayPal wouldn't do any business with fantasy football transactions. I've been through it from it all, from the growth of it, from when it developed on the internet. And I'll tell you what, I've seen people not respect fantasy football analysts in the NFL world, the media world. It's coming full circle, and now everybody is looking to fantasy football analysts for a little bit more advice and take them a little more seriously. You're not outcast. So mark my words, in 5 years, they will have someone like a Matthew Berry advising at some capacity. I'm going to sit on the scooter. Gordon going to KC would be super interesting. Yeah, so you guys want to hear a little history? I don't know if this is going to be boring to some of you or not. I didn't start on YouTube this year in a sense, but yes, this is my first year doing it since YouTube started. I'll admit, I had an opportunity that I totally botched, and let this motivate you guys to try and realize it's never too late to go after your dreams and your goals and to accomplish things. I'm a lot older now than I was when I started in this business, but when I started in this business, YouTube was like not even around. YouTube, I think, came into existence in like 2000, if my memory's correct, like 2006. I was already doing fantasy football. And 2004, I believe, was my first year in fantasy football. So YouTube wasn't even created yet, and I was 2 or 3 years into my fantasy football career. That's how long I've been in the fantasy football industry. YouTube didn't even have a URL yet. They didn't even have a domain name or a homepage, or weren't even purchased or incorporated. YouTube wasn't around. YouTube came into existence in 2006 or 7 or whatever it was. My math might be slightly off. I'm not positive off the top of my head. They approached me, and I had my Fantasy Football Extreme site back then. They approached me because I did a video on their site, and there was no one doing fantasy football videos. But back then it was a production to do a video, transferring it from your tape camera onto your computer sucking balls at rendering it. There were no video phones or anything like that. There's nothing. So to do a video, it was so hard. There weren't webcams that worked. Like, you literally filmed it with like a camera, put that shit onto your computer, tried to render that shit and get it on. YouTube approached me because I did a couple videos. Like, I wasn't doing anything regular. And they said, hey, will you do a weekly sit advice column with 5 other analysts, or there are 4 other analysts, there were 5 of us, and we'll put it on the homepage. I was on YouTube's homepage on Sundays and Saturdays on YouTube, but it was smaller then. I was on YouTube's homepage for fantasy football with these 5 other analysts, and I got what's called a partner page back then, where you could have your banner, and when you click on your banner, it would go to your website, and it was gold to have that. Nobody had that. They gave it to me early. They gave me all this apparel. I still got the YouTube apparel they sent me. I did that for a year. YouTube wasn't really huge then. It was big, but being on the homepage now would be like, that'd make your career. Being on it then is like a really popular video that gets 20,000 views. I didn't do video at that point moving forward coming out of that year. I focused on my writing content, and I dropped the ball. If I would have kept my YouTube channel going from that point on and producing videos, I would be at like 1 million or 200 million, or 2 million, 200 million. I'd be like 5 million followers on YouTube or whatnot. But you know what? I wouldn't be the same analyst. I wouldn't be doing the same shit that I'm doing now. I wouldn't have found the voice that I have now and the approach I have now. I'm not going to look back on that. But literally just giving you guys a little bit of motivation to say, don't think it's ever too late to go after what you want to go after. If you want to be a freaking musician on the weekends, go do it. Don't worry about it. Just do it. But that's my story about YouTube. And yes, this is my first year doing video. I haven't even technically been doing it a full year. I think we kind of started more so in February than in January. I'll have to look, but I had like a promo video on my YouTube page or something, you know, so like I established the YouTube page and then never really used it. I put like a how to log in or how to use my trade calculator or buy our product and embed that on the site. I never created content. So 1 year we're at 3,900 or 3,900 subscribers, something like that. I hope we go off in 2020. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers fast for a reason, not because I'm worried about the numbers. I decided not to focus on that when I started this. I oftentimes have to remember it's not about the numbers, it's about the quality of content. It's not about naming the freaking thing correctly, although you got to use titles and thumbnails to your advantage, or you do get left behind. There's a lot of strategy involved, but I try not to make content based on what YouTube algorithm wants to see. I want to make content based on what's going to make me happy. If I'm not happy, I'm not producing content. If I'm not producing content, the show's not going to survive. So I'm all about trying to keep focused and keeping that in mind as I go. And I forget what the question was, but yeah, I had the world by the balls in 2007 or whatever it was, when YouTube literally handed me the world on a silver platter, and I didn't know YouTube was going to turn into what it did. And video was so hard back then. I was like, I got to focus on it. I was in school. I was like, I had to focus on that shit. So, but looking back, I would have been the first fantasy football show, period, on YouTube, period. You know, that was like when Gary Vee was starting his wine library. You would have saw me and Gary Vee going, this is my fantasy football show. All right, Emmett Smith is going to have a good year. That would have been me. And then Gary Vee's over there doing his wine library, and we both have no followers or viewers. That was him and me. That was him and me in 2007 or 6. Good old days, man. Good old days. All right. But Smitty, your 96-person fantasy league is going to be the only game. League is going to be the only game on from late January to August. Yeah, baby. Would have had 10 million subs by now. I would have, Mikey. I probably would have. You know, going strong from 2007 until now. You know how big? Yeah, it's a big mistake. And you know what? I dropped the ball. I wasn't motivated or wanting to do it, though. That's the bottom line. But I dropped the ball by not doing stuff the last 5 years on YouTube. You know, because it's a grind. You need to be a certain place in your life, too. Even if you do it full time like I do, to do the content that I do on sleeperu.com, that is a full-time job. That is 40 to 50 hours a week. You know, even if it's maintaining your website and keeping things updated, getting back to all your marketing, your emails, worrying about things breaking. You got a bug here and you got to fix it. Then there's the content. Then there's managing the forum. Then there's managing the memberships. And there's managing the email support. And then creating more content. Then updating the content. Like, it's 40 plus hours a week on sleeperu.com alone. So I look back and I'm like, why didn't I try video earlier? But I wasn't ready for it. Now I am ready for it. Video's getting easier. So in a sense, it made sense, you know? And I've gotten on Twitter more. Instagram is also, I would consider, my number 2 home. YouTube, my number 1. I love Instagram. It's a different feel. If you're not on my Instagram, I urge you right now or after the show, download Instagram. You don't have to post. Keep your profile private. Put up a fantasy football show with your name through it or something like that, so I know it's you or whatever. In your avatar. Send me an email and I'll create an avatar for you. How's that? But I urge you to go to Instagram and follow me. Not leave YouTube. YouTube is a special, different type of product. But Instagram is a place where you're going to have a lot of fun and laughs. And I'm more. That's where I'm lifting tables. And you have more freedom to do short stuff. The stories that's why I can't wait for the YouTube stories to be enabled on my account. I emailed YouTube. I'm like, give it to me early. They didn't. because I'd be blowing up my stories. What I mean by stories is you guys won't be able to wait, or you won't be able to contain yourself when I can talk to you spur of the moment on my stories. So what's going to happen is when you go to your YouTube app on your phone, and stories are only on the phone app, they're not on the desktop version of YouTube. But when you go to YouTube on your phone, instead of seeing on your homepage a video by me, you'll see a video by me, and then if I have a story, you'll see a story pop up. And the story will be sitting there in a circle, and you can say, hey, Smitty's got new stories. You click it, it'll be 15-second clips, and I can put up 50 of them in a row where I go, breakout running back tonight, go get him, Derrick Henry. And then the clip will end. It'll go to the next clip, and I'll be like, I'm waiting for my food at this restaurant, and they're taking forever. Then it goes to the next 15-second clip. Whereas you can't produce that content on YouTube because it's all needs to be long-tail content. You can't just put a 15-second clip out on YouTube, or you wouldn't have any views on it, and your channel would get destroyed in the algorithm. So nobody posts like little things on YouTube. Now they have stories like Instagram. Once I get that, YouTube is going to be freaking off the hook for us, because I'm going to be talking to you guys like 15 times a day on my stories on the app. And all you got to do is when you load the homepage, you'll see my circle of my avatar, like, hey, Smitty's got new shit. Click on it. My stories will autoplay for you. But you can get that same thing right now on, you get that same thing right now on Instagram. So download it. Singletary could be real nice. He could be, but he could also disappoint. Depends on where his ADP is. Old man Gore will be gone. Computer Bob says, at Tannehill's dad, yes. You guys are answering each other. Says Tannehill's dad. Tannehill's dad, I didn't see what you said. Are you keeping Tannehill's dad? Or are you really, really committed to being a Brissett? Is it buffering? Sounds back, sorry. Oh, I was trying to cut over. My phone's about to die, so we're gonna have to call it here. Who is the high super chatter? Silver, right? Silver? No. Who was it? It wasn't Silver. It was, who's the super high chatter? Damn it, I'm forgetting who had 30. Jeremy. Jeremy C, can you put your email into the chat, young man? It should moderate it so nobody's going to see your email. If a moderator sees it, please delete it after I take a screenshot of it. But give me your email, Jeremy. I'm waiting for it, Jeremy. Tannehill's dead. I'll keep Tannehill. I changed my profile picture. Okay. Are you like super sold on Brissett though? What's up, Kyle? Kyle in the hizzy. Oh, damn, I'm so cold right now. That fire looks amazing. It's like it's got to be like 39 degrees here. Jeremy C did bid 20, then a 30, 50. Okay. Then a 50? No, I don't think anybody bid a 50. It was, the last super chat was a 30. You're saying combined he was 50? Gotcha. 50 total, okay. Jeremy, I need that email, bro. Where's my car? Where did I park? Oh, I parked over here. How many spots left? Jeremy, put your email in. I'm looking for it. He sent it? Oh. Shit. Hold on, I'm looking. I'm not seeing it on mine. On mobile, I'm not seeing it. Of course, my fingers won't freaking work. It's so freaking cold out here. Save the last spot is going to... I'm not trying... I don't like giving them away to the high super chatter. We said that from the beginning. It was a cool idea because it helps the show grow. But I've been giving them away to people that haven't been doing that too, though. So don't think that's the only way I'm giving them away. It's what we decided to do on the YouTube channel. But I've been giving them away like crazy. I got to get in my car. I'm freaking freezing. Oh my God. Somebody look up on a browser right now. What's the weather like in Arizona? Or in Phoenix? No, Tempe. Oh, fuck. Somebody put that in browser. What's the weather in Tempe? I want to know if it's below 40. It's freezing. Oh. 49. Are you serious? It's not like 40. It's 49. Smitty, I'll be any underrated QB's dad. I got you. It's freezing. Mikey, I haven't sent invites out to a lot of people yet either, so don't think. Mikey, did you super chat, Mikey? Oh, no, you're joking. I got you. MT, can you email me his email, please? Because I don't see it in the chat. Do you mind doing that? Jeremy's email that he posted. Can you email that to me? I think I have like 2 spots left. 2 or 1 spots left. But I've also forgot. Thank you, MT. I've also forgot. Yeah, it almost worked, Mikey. I know I forgot 3 or 4 people that they've won it somewhere, and I'm gonna freaking screw somebody. I know it. I think I might give out the last couple spots with a caveat that they could be combined with someone else, just in case I run into that situation, because I don't know what I'm gonna do if somebody won and I didn't, because as you can imagine, I'm doing this all day long and I don't remember everything that I'm doing 5 hours later. I don't think. Who knows, man? I might. I don't think I'm gonna, but I might roll out another league, in like July. It might be so fun that I'm doing Battle of the Pimps 2.0 or whatever in July. So don't feel too discouraged. You'll be able to witness the first one happen, and maybe you gain some strategy and insight from it. I'm warming up. Oh, it feels so good. That's cold of you. You went from 44 degrees in Tempe. I don't know what you're saying. I still appreciate you, though. If it runs itself, Smitty, yep, that's right, Computer Bob. If the league runs itself, I'm not going to be too worried about it. It's cold as balls out here. Holy smokes. That was an F up, Smitty. What was? Computer Bob? Oh, just your typing? Lost my dog on Monday night, and I won the championship. Bought my mom a puppy with my winnings. Sorry to hear that, Kyle. That sucks. Oh, yeah. It's 44 degrees? Or 49? 49ers. 37 degrees in Toronto. Mikey, it feels like 37 degrees right now. I'm freezing. Riding on a scooter didn't help. I'll tell you that. I want to thank everybody here. Thank you for the email. You guys rock. You make the show. 2020 is going to be off the hook for the fantasy football show. When we get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, get ready for stories that are going to keep you entertained all day long. Short little predictions, short little tidbits, news, funny, a lot of humor I'll bring to YouTube in the story format. They're short 15-second clips. You get that privilege when you're at 10K. So spread the word. Tell people, please. I'm going to go into Target right now and get some drinks and stuff for the house, for the studio. And I'm going to record some clips, man. I got one thing that I'm trying to get the balls to do is go into Target right now. I'll show you guys the clip if I do it. But tell me what song I should play. Pimp related song. I want to say like Pimpin' Ain't Easy or something like that. And lip sing it while I walk through a bunch of people. I don't know if I have the balls to do it. I've got more balls than I used to with all of the video that I do, the interviews I do. I can pretty much do stuff like that now and not really bat an eye. That one's going to be a little bit weird, but I'm going to put it on Instagram. And if you're not on Instagram, you're not going to see it. And it's also going to have to go on TikTok because I'm going to have to create it through TikTok. TikTok's for the kids right now, but Instagram used to be for the kids and now it's for the old people. No one even goes on Facebook anymore. So if you think TikTok won't eventually become relevant to older people, the TikTok group will get older. And I'll be, old man preaching fantasy football to a generation that's now on Instagram that I love and I've come to know and love, and they're younger than me a little bit on average. They're like 20s. But TikTok, they're all younger, but it's going to come up. But you can make these pretty cool videos on TikTok where you can sing to the music and do that. So I'm going to do that. I can't post that on YouTube. YouTube won't let you post stuff like that. 50 Cent, I might do that. Pimp 50 Cent, or still Dre. Big Papa. Yeah, that might be good. I love it when you call me Big Papa. But I'm gonna lip sing it going through with a bunch of people just looking at me, and I'm not gonna give a shit. And then I'm gonna put it on TikTok and Instagram. It's hard out here for a pimp. Gin and juice, that might be good. I'll look at gin and juice. I'll look at I love when they call me Big Papa, and then still Dre. I think those will be my ones. Gonna go do it right now. I might post it on Instagram tonight if I do it, so get ready. It'll be on my stories. So go to Instagram or go to the App Store, download Instagram, create an account, add me at the Fantasy Football Show, the same username as the YouTube show. And at least by the morning, but I hope tonight, if I had the balls to do it, if it doesn't look crazy, if it's even open over there, it's 11:30. I'm going to post that on my stories, and you're going to know that you talked with me about it. And then maybe I'll even put some kind of behind the scenes thing together about how I created it. Ghetto Boys. Mechanic, what did you say? Mechanic's on my Instagram, and I follow him too. Changing back to my computer name, Smitty. All right, guys, I appreciate all of you. Hey, Silver, thank you. I will keep you in mind if I run into an extra spot. And then if I do, Silver, remind me, if I do another league in like July or August, any kind of big league, maybe I'll even have one of you guys like commission it so that I don't have to worry about it at all. Like once the league starts, like MT, maybe Silver, but MT, if you or somebody want to be the commissioner of the league, then I'm a lot more likely to actually, launch it, facilitate it, handle everything. But when the league's like going, you're the commissioner. I'm a lot more likely to do that. And Silver, remind me that you're gonna get a spot, okay? You've been here from the start, and I want to reward you. Unfortunately, there's so many people exactly like you, though, Silver. It makes it really hard, like when I'm on the spot, to be like, no, like I don't mean to not give spots out like that to every one of you. I want to. But remind me, and you're going to be in on that one if I do it. And I don't see why I wouldn't if one of you run it for me. I can't imagine not wanting to pimp another one of these leagues. Thanks, MT. I don't see it, but I'm sure the email's there. Later, guys. I'm all warmed up. I'm going in Target. Going to go make a fool of myself. Anybody's in Arizona or Tempe, come find me in Target right now. Later.